Welcome to Adding Dollars. In this video, I'll be going over how much you could have made if you used the wheel strategy on Palantir stock. I'll be testing this over a 2-year period and showing you the backtest results. Before I jump into it, if you're new to the wheel strategy or covered calls and cash secured puts, then make sure to check out the videos in the description. Just a quick recap of the wheel strategy that I'm backtesting. I'll be selling weekly options expiring every Friday and only trading one contract at a time. If you want more details on the wheel strategy or the specific backtest parameters, then check out the video in the description. I've gone ahead and completed the backtest, and here are the results. I've written some code using the Quant Connect platform to backtest the strategy, and this screen shows the results. This is a backtest starting January 5th, 2022 up to January 5th, 2024. The main numbers to focus on here are the equity and the return percentage. The equity is how much money you would have at the end of the test period, assuming we also close out any open positions at the end of that time period. So in this case, we started with an equity of $2,500 and are ending with an equity of $2,180, which is a profit of negative $320, or a return percentage of approximately negative 12.8%. Another number that I always like to look at with these tests is the max drawdown. So in this case, that would be the maximum amount that your equity is drawn down. And based on this chart, it seems to be approximately negative 28%, almost negative 30%. So a return percentage of negative 12.8% and a max drawdown of approximately negative 28% over this 2-year period. As always, I like to compare this to the buy and hold strategy. So what would have happened if we just bought Palantir stock at the start of this time period and held till the end? So I'm going to go ahead and look at that really quickly, looking at approximately the same time period, January 7th, 2022 up to January 5th, 2024. Here we can see the buy and hold strategy would have produced a negative 3.5% return over the same time period, which is quite a bit better than the wheel strategy, which was a negative 12.8% return. As always, the wheel strategy tends to perform better in a sideways market versus a trending market either up or down. And that might be able to explain why the wheel strategy produced a worse return percentage over the same time period. The other thing to keep in mind is that this backtest is based on fixed parameters, so I always sell the put or the call at a fixed distance away from the current stock price, whereas if you were actually trading the wheel strategy, typically you would start to take into other considerations like macroeconomic events and support and resistance levels when selling your puts and calls. I also always like to compare this against the S&P 500, so if you would have just bought and held the S&P 500 over the same time period, what your return would have been, and in this case, your return would have been approximately 0.39%, which is a positive return and better than the negative 12.8% return that you would get from the wheel strategy on Palantir stock. If you enjoyed this video and this analysis, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have any questions or comments or want to see this analysis on a different stock or over a different time period, feel free to leave those suggestions down below, and I'll see you all in the next one.